What up guys, JP back at you once again, bringing you guys another video. Just a quick heads up, Top 5 Fridays are currently delayed. I missed last week's and I'm going to miss today's, which is Friday. I was actually house sitting, so I didn't have a ton of time to make videos and do the editing and all that. Still going to happen, just going to be delayed a little bit. I'll play catch up next week some point. So yeah, with that said, today's video is actually going to be a unboxing. I got a package in the mail recently. One of my favorite sites for used DVDs, Second Spin, actually had a sale, 41% off for April 1st for one, and I decided to grab a few things. I haven't bought a lot of DVDs lately. Besides the stuff I've gotten in for review and things like that, I've just not really had the funds to splurge like I used to. A couple of different life changes happening, for the positive, for the better. You know, one day I'll be able to purchase things again, but for right now my money's kind of tied up. Not a lot of free money for DVDs and stuff, but I decided to reward myself for all my hard work. Just kidding, but it was a good sale, so I didn't spend too much on it, but I got a lot of cheap titles, stuff that I didn't own, stuff that I've kind of wanted to see, and just random stuff. I just kind of went at it and just put what sounded interesting in my cart. So with that said, let's open up the box. I'll show you guys what I got. If you guys are not familiar with Second Spin, pretty cool company. I've been buying from them for a few years. Every time they have a decent percent off, I'll go ahead and grab a few titles. And it's been a while since I've ordered, you know, a lot of stuff from them, but I figured, you know, it'd be pretty cool. I think I got like 15 titles here. I think I spent around $25 or $30 for all this stuff. So let's see what we have here. Let's get into the box here. So first up we have Premonition, which is part of Lionsgate's J horror line, which I didn't even know existed. I just read that on the back. I don't know what other titles are in that line, but yeah, you know, I've kind of been wanting to get into a little bit more Japanese and Asian horror influenced stuff, as well as just Japanese and Asian horror. So alright, let's get into the box. So first up here we have Premonition, and this is a J horror title. Apparently Lionsgate had some sort of J horror line. I don't really know what all was on it, or you know, what came out through it, but I figured lately I need to probably pick up and see a few more Asian horror, especially Japanese horror, because I'm not really too familiar on it. I haven't had the best experiences with a lot of Japanese titles, so I figured I would give a few more a shot. After that we have the Amityville Theater, which I have a interest in picking up all Amityville films. You know, we recently talked on the podcast on like what actually is an Amityville sequel, and apparently anything after part, I believe, 1 is not an official sequel, kind of. There's an interesting history on the legal rights of the Amityville titles, and apparently anybody can make an Amityville film, including the people who made part 2, and technically they're not an official sequel. But it seems like a lot of people consider maybe like the first 7 original sequels, and then everything else after, just capitalizing on the name. I'm sure this one is atrocious, but it's one I didn't have, so I picked it up. After that we have a film that I was kind of interested in. This is an unearthed release, and it is Itchy, the, I guess, prequel to Itchy the Killer, which I do own. I still have yet to see. Obviously the original is by Takashi Miike. This one is by Masato Tano. Don't know much about it, but kind of interested to eventually check out both the Itchy films. I haven't heard anything about this, which kind of indicates maybe that it might not be the best movie in the world, considering I hear a lot about the Itchy the Killer, and I didn't even know this existed. Next up we have The Devil Inside, which is a found footage film that I haven't seen. I'm sure that it's not the greatest movie in the world, but it was like 59 cents, so whatever, I'll check it out. Lately I've been interested in found footage as well. After that we have Automaton Transfusion, which I've actually heard some bad things about, but I collect the Dimension Extreme line, so I wanted to grab this one. This is one that I didn't own, also like 59 cents or something like that, so I couldn't pass it up. Doubt I'll ever find it cheaper than that. After that, we have Croc. I love killer crocodile and alligator films. I believe this was part of the Man-Eater series that was done for like the Sci-Fi Channel, these sci-fi original films. I know that this movie's not good. I think I may have seen parts of it before, but like I said, I like picking up killer crocodile movies, so I grabbed it. After that, we have a 8 Films to Die For that I didn't own, which I'm trying to pick all these up as well, and that is Wicked Little Things. I know the first line, the original 8 Films to Die For, was a pretty solid run, the After Dark Horror Fest. I've seen a few of them. I liked all the ones that I've seen, so I decided to grab Wicked Little Things. And after that, we have a Tartan Asian Extreme here. We have The Maid, so continuing with the sort of Japanese horror, which I don't even know if this is Japanese, but it is, of course, it might be Chinese actually, I don't even know, but it is Tartan Asian Extreme, so grabbed it. I'm kind of interested in that line. I've only grabbed a couple titles from that line. I think I have Phone and Symphony for Mr. Vengeance, which is really good. So anytime I see those cheap, I'm going to start picking them up. After that, which this is kind of funny, we actually have a sealed copy of the Grave Dancers here. It still has the security enclosed device enclosed sticker on it, but yeah, the Grave Dancers was another one of the original 8 Films to Die For that I didn't own. I actually don't own a ton of these, so I'm trying to pick them up. I think it's about time. You know, they're always pretty cheap. I see them everywhere. I try to get them for as cheap as I possibly can. So this is one that, you know, I didn't own, and I think I only need maybe like 1 or 2 more from the first line. After that, we have Dario Argento's Do You Like Hitchcock? Just another Argento that I didn't have. I know a lot of the later Argento films are considered weak and bad, and for the most part they probably are. I was actually very into the Stenhall Syndrome, which came out in '96, and then I actually really liked Mother of Tears, which came out in like, you know, 2008 or something like that, which is, you know, one of the Dimension Extreme titles. So Hitchcock is, Argento is actually a perfect run for me. I've never seen a bad Argento so far, but I know that everybody says that, you know, this era of films are bad, so we'll see when I get there. But I've liked every single Argento I've seen, and I've seen everything I think up to like Opera, and then I missed like some of the ones that came out after Opera, and then I think the only 2 that I've seen was like Stenhall and of course Mother of Tears. So just grabbing all the ones that I don't own slowly here. I like to wait till they come on Blu-ray, because I am kind of a, you know, I guess a Blu-ray snob by now. Like, I just love Blu-ray. So I usually try to wait, but I don't know if this one will get released anytime soon. But yeah, so it was cheap, so figured I would grab it. After that, we have another Tartan Asian Extreme here. We have Acacia. And, you know, don't know anything about it, but I figured I would pick it up because it's one of those Tartan Asian Extremes, and these were really cheap on this sale, guys, so I picked up a few of them. After that, we have this was the other J horror from Lionsgate. I initially thought these were also Tartan Asian Extremes, but apparently not. But that is Infection, which looks pretty cool, you know. It is a Japanese horror film, so picked it up. After that, we have another Tartan Asian Extreme here. We have Abnormal Beauty, and I picked this one up because it's from the director of The Eye, as well as the fact that it is a Tartan Asian Extreme, and it was really cheap, so I went ahead and grabbed this one. Also, I noticed that Second Spin has these like used stickers that are similar to FYE. I don't know if it's part of the same company or anything, but I pretty much have been buying from them, and they always seem to have the same type of stickers that are on FYE DVDs. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. If anybody knows, let me know. And then the last 2 titles here, I grabbed the Dimension Extreme, The Zombie Diaries, which I hear is pretty bad as well, but it is a Dimension Extreme, so I had to pick it up. And then finally for this unboxing here, we have the Zombie Diaries 2. And this is probably also bad, but it is a Dimension Extreme, so I grabbed it. And I think now that I have almost all of the main like horror titles from Dimension Extreme. I don't think I'm missing too many, if any at all. I think the main ones that I need now are sort of like the non-horror weird ones like Dirty Sanchez and stuff like that. Which I'll slowly grab eventually, and like Disaster Movie, I think that was Dimension Extreme, one of those type of like spoof movies. It might not have been Disaster Movie, I can't even remember, but yeah, so that was all the titles I grabbed. Some good ones in there, probably some bad ones in there, definitely. But let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 titles for about 25 bucks. So I thought it was pretty worth it, you know. Just a couple bucks a movie. And yeah, that's the unboxing. I also have a couple of other, I think I have another unpackaging that I need to upload. Something happened with the file and there's like some missing audio, so I'm trying to like cut around it. That never happens to me, but it kind of worries me because this camera is getting pretty old by this point, so I'm hoping it's not something that's actually the camera. It was just like an error or something. Who knows? If I have to get another camera, I'm going to be pretty upset, but yeah, got to do what you got to do. I'm excited to check out these Tartan films, though. If you guys have seen any of these, let me know how they are. Let me know what movie to watch, you know, first. And I picked up a few, I think 3 of the Dimension Extremes I own. Picked up a couple of the 8 Films to Die For I needed to own. Got a Dario Argento up in there. Got some Asian Extreme stuff. Got some J-Horror line stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty happy with it overall. Of course, got that Amityville as well. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please throw a like on the video. It helps the videos get noticed, helps my channel grow, and it helps me stay motivated to put out content. So please do that. If you're new here, subscribe. I pretty much can guarantee you'll like some of the content that I do. And you know, as always, you know, check out other channels, spread the love. You know, let's have fun on YouTube, man. It's fun stuff. So see you guys next time. Peace.